Welcome to this episode of One Drink, Three Bars. Today we're going to make a drink that is very often misinterpreted, the Mai Tai. After I make my Mai Tai, we'll hop on a cross-country flight and get 3 of them in Las Vegas. We'll get one at Golden Gate, the oldest casino in Las Vegas, while playing video poker. Next, we'll check out a retro mainstay, the Peppermill Fireside Lounge. We'll finish up at one of our favorite Tiki bars, Frankie's Tiki Room. Now this is one of those drinks that can vary a lot depending on where you go. Some people just flat out make a different drink and call it a Mai Tai. A lot of places you might go in and order one and they'll give you something with orange juice and pineapple juice and some rum, and it might be good, but it's definitely not a Mai Tai. And there's so many people who are Mai Tai purists, I was almost a little bit afraid to make this video, but I think I can at least get it in the ballpark. The original Mai Tai recipe called for Wray Nephew 17-year rum, which is no longer made. There may be a bottle floating around out there that you can get for about 50 grand. We don't have that kind of budget here at One Drink, Three Bars, so I'm going to do what most bartenders today do, and I'm going to use a blend of Jamaican rum and Martinique rum. We'll start out with 3/4 an ounce of fresh lime juice. And normally I squeeze my lime juice with the handheld squeezer, but I use my juicer today because it leaves you a very nice intact shell, and you'll see why we want that at the end. Next we're going to do 1/2 ounce of orgeat. You can make this yourself, but I'm using store-bought. This is Monin brand, and there are lots of other brands to pick from. Next we'll do 1/2 ounce of the orange curacao. We'll put in 1 ounce of the Martinique rum. Then we'll do 1 ounce of the Jamaican rum. I'm gonna prepare my glass with some pebble ice. I'm not even gonna strain this one, I'm just gonna dump it in there. Then I'm gonna top it off with a little bit more of my pebble ice. And now, back to that spent lime shell. We're gonna garnish it by setting that on the top. And then beside that, we're going to put a sprig of mint. Now, this is the traditional way to garnish a Mai Tai. The lime represents an island, and the mint represents a palm tree. And there we have it, our home Mai Tai. Let me know in the comments below how you make a Mai Tai. I can't wait to try some out at different places and see how they do it. When gambling in Vegas, you're often offered free cocktails during play. I thought it would be interesting to order something more elaborate like a Mai Tai, just to see what would happen. Our first stop was Circa, a beautiful new casino in downtown Las Vegas. We found a machine called Tiki Fortune and played for a while. A cocktail server never came around, so we decided to walk across Fremont Street to the Golden Gate, one of our all-time favorite casinos. We played bar-top video poker machines there, knowing it would be easier to get drink service while sitting at the bar. When I ordered a Mai Tai, I got one close to what I made at home. It was one of the best free drinks I've gotten in a casino. Our next stop was the iconic Peppermill, specifically the Fireside Lounge. Peppermill has been a fixture in Vegas since 1972. It's located on the north end of the Strip, near the former site of the recently demolished Riviera, and just across from the new Resorts World. If you want a retro experience, love neon, and 90s music videos, rush to the Fireside Lounge. The lounge has a pretty extensive cocktail menu, and a Mai Tai is one of the items on it. The description on the menu indicates that it's more of a tropical spin on a Mai Tai, and not the traditional 1944 version. Peppermill's service is awesome. The waitresses in the lounge wear long formal gowns and are very efficient. The bartender was willing to be on the video and was very friendly. I'd never seen anyone get rum from a gun before. He said this is common in casinos and high-volume lounges like this. Their Mai Tai used a variety of fruit juices along with Meyer's rum and was topped with Rose's grenadine. The garnish was a juicy slice of pineapple and a cherry, punctured by a classic plastic sword and perched upon a hurricane glass. Frankie's Tiki Room was the first tiki bar I ever visited. It opened in 2007 and operates 24 hours a day. It's one of my favorites. They have a book called Liquid Vacation, and I frequently make the recipes at home. As a matter of fact, I have a few videos on my channel of their recipes. I also really enjoy the Golden Tiki, another tiki bar in Vegas, but there's something about the feel of Frankie's that I have a slight preference for. It's a little more gritty and less Disney than the Golden Tiki. Having said that, I still highly recommend both. Let's check out how they make a Mai Tai at Frankie's.
Our Mai Tai, we use the Myers and the Crimson Dark. And then we use the Orange Carousel. We use Simple and or Jade, which we make in-house. A lot of our syrups we make in-house. And we use a half of lime juice, half of lime. Shake. And then we garnish with a mint sprig and cherry, maraschino cherry, and voila.
Thanks! Alright, so we got 3 different Mai Tais here in Las Vegas. Let's do the rundown. And as a bonus, I have a bottled version of the Mai Tai that I'm going to prepare in my room. I don't have any kind of garnish or anything for it because I don't carry limes and mint everywhere with me. So I'm just gonna pour this for myself and let you guys know how it is while we go over the 3 we got earlier. This one looks about the same. It's definitely the right color. I smell more rum and sugar than lime juice, but let's taste it. This one is definitely not as good as the ones I got out, which is to be expected. Let's go over the 3 we got out. For our first Mai Tai in Vegas, we thought it would be really fun to try to get one at a slot machine in a casino. Because as you may know, they'll bring you complimentary drinks at the machine. And I had no idea if they would bring something like a Mai Tai. I usually just order like a mixer and Coke. The first place we tried to do this was at the Circa in downtown Las Vegas. We sat down at a tiki-themed slot machine, but a drink server never showed up. So we decided to go across the street to the Golden Gate. We sat down at the video poker bar, and before I could even get my money in the machine, the guy came and took my order. I asked if they could make a Mai Tai, and he was like, sure. He made it, and it was loud, and he was busy, so I didn't ask him like what kind of rum he was putting in it or anything like that. But when he brought it to me, it was the same color as the one I made at home. It tasted like the one I made at home, so it was definitely made right. He garnished it with a cherry, and it was complimentary. So I would say this is the cheapest drink we ever got on the channel, which was pretty cool. The second Mai Tai we got was in a classic cocktail lounge on the Las Vegas Strip. It was called the Peppermill Fireside Lounge. They had a Mai Tai on their menu, and I could tell by the description that it wasn't an authentic 1944 Mai Tai and that it would be their own unique spin. The bartender was very nice and willing to be on the video, and he showed me how he made it with pineapple juice, orange juice, and it was the first time I'd ever seen rum coming from a gun, and it was Myers rum. And he said that this is very common in high volume casinos and large lounges like that. The garnish was awesome. There was a ton of fruit on it. The atmosphere was unbeatable. I would highly suggest checking out the Peppermill Fireside Lounge if you're ever in Vegas. The third Mai Tai we got in Vegas was at an off-strip bar called Frankie's Tiki Room. I've been going there for quite some time. It was actually the first tiki bar I'd ever gone to, and we always have a good experience there. The Mai Tai I got there was a more traditional recipe, She used house-made orgeat, rum, lime juice, and the orange liqueur. The garnish was pretty traditional and typical, and it was a great drink as you would usually expect at Frankie's. And the cost of it was $14. Out of all the Mai Tais we had in this video, which one sounds the best to you? Did you like the slot machine freebie at Golden Gate? Did you like the more tropical twist at the Peppermill? Did you like the traditional one at Frankie's? Leave a comment letting us know. And as always, if you like this video, subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And again, thank you for watching.